Perfect Legacy Promotions presents Bread Magazine with my special guest, RapStarr. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
What's up? My name is RapStarr, aka Hurricane Cam. I'm a hip hop artist from the East Coast, Pittsburgh to be exact. I'm working on my first EP called '90s Baby. I've been rapping since I was, let's see, I'm 29 now. So I've been actually rapping since I was between 10 or 11, and I got serious around like age 13, 14. Been doing it ever since. I'm just a hip hop artist who has a '90s style to him. I got a flow, '90s style, '90s way of thinking, but it's updated. So a lot of artists, especially in hip hop today, um, hip hop is taking a different turn. So I'm just giving my fans and my viewers and people like a reminisce of the '90s, but an update mindset.
Okay, how did you get the name RapStarr?
My father gave it to me. My father, he gave it to me. He seen me early on, like way early, when I first started rapping. And what I was doing was I was influenced by the Shady Aftermath crew. I was a real big influenced by G Unit, 50 Cent. Shout out to them. Eminem was the reason why was the reason why I started rapping, and listening to G Unit and 50 Cent was the reason why I got serious. So what I would do was I would go and buy instrumentals from like the local record store, the $5 bootleg instrumentals that they would have, that DJs would scratch off of and everything, and I would start doing remixes to like songs that are one of my favorites and everything. And I remember as the process was going, I had two rap names. Didn't really work out. I had one was called Little Desperado. The other one was called KCK. I don't know why I chose KCK, but that's what it was until my father was like, you know what? Your name should be Rapstar. RapStarr. And I asked him why was that, and he told me, he said, "You are what every rapper is trying to be, a rap star. You already have that gift. You already have that talent. So rather than striving all your life to be a rap star, how about you already take the knowledge and the skills that you have and make yourself a rap star? You are actually what every hip hop artist, what every entertainer, what every person today that's involved in hip hop, they try to aspire to be what you are. So that's why I'm rap star. Also got the name Hurricane Cam. Hurricane Cam is something that I created. I actually got it from the game when he split from G Unit back in 2005, and he had Hurricane Game. I call myself Hurricane Cam because it's like an ultra ego of myself. So it's like Rap Star. He's the guy with who's talking about the five pillars of hip hop. He's the one that's talking about spitting knowledge to uplift the black and brown people through hip hop, through lyricism. Hurricane Cam is more of the cutthroat, the edge, you know, um, the Huey P. Newton type, person that's telling everybody, the government is corrupt. I'm trying to tell you, we need to unify the black and brown community. We need to, be united, be militant mind. That is Hurricane Cam is my Slim Shady to my Marshall Mathers, my Ferrari F50 to my Curtis Jackson 50 Cent. Those are just little things that I have. So it's duplicity amongst myself. So
What does it mean to you to be real every day and deliver to everyone?
um I mean, it's important to be real, to talk about what like the reality was going on. Being that I'm a hip hop artist, I like to call myself a hip hop artist and not a rapper, because I
Yeah.
feel like having a being hip hop, it carries a lot of significance. I mean, I had cousins of mine who also rap too. Shout out to E-Dub, shout out to Diddy and everything. um my cousin E-Dub, me and him, we would have conversations. He told me, he said, um, you could rap your ass off, but you're a hip hop artist, and I'm more like rap. I don't take offense to it because I'm like, hey, I would rather be a hip hop artist than a rapper. You know, a hip hop artist is something that deals with, you know, you talk about the five senses of everything that's going on within your body. We have the five senses that goes on with the five pillars of hip hop. I'd rather be that person rather than just being out for the chains and the jewels and the fame and talking about situations that don't really, you know, resonate with what's actually going on. So being in hip hop is reality. You know, I can't, you know, give you an illustration of the Puerto Rican flag and not use the color blue. You know, it would look, you know, it would look different, you know. So in reality, I have to talk about what's going on through not only my eyes, but the people that are around me through their eyes, see what's going on. As far as like, you know, the politics was just passed. I explored my stuff on that subject. This corona thing that's going on that's taken the whole world by storm. It's crazy. So, you know, you cannot be real if you can't talk about what's real. We live in every day. We walk outside. We see what's going on. That's hip hop. You know, rather if it's seeing a mom walking down the street, you know, with a stroller with her baby, you know, rapping about, you know, her just jogging through the park with her baby or something like that, or witnessing police brutality against, you know, the black and brown people. You know, that's just something that goes on. It's a
And
territory.
that's what people don't understand. You know, like these artists, they'll say, "Yeah, I'm a hip hop artist," but in reality, they're a rapper. That's what people don't understand. The difference is hip hop. You know, you rap about what you live and what you got going on. Rappers really just rap about stuff that's kind of crazy, kind of out the box, and creates a lot of violence. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
a lot of people. You know, if you look at it back to LL Cool J that was doing like real hip hop versus, you know, the people now as far as like 21 Savage and all them that's rapping, you know, I was saying in a couple of incidents like, oh, they talk about shooting people house up and all that, saying in my mind, y'all shoot my mama house up, y'all house gonna be shot up too. But you know, and it's sad because, you know, by you being a hip hop artist, you there to educate the people and teach them stuff, you know what I'm saying? Versus the
Mhm.
rappers are there to kind of give people the wrong message, and people, and it's sad, you know, with stuff like that, that people, um if it makes sense, like they give the rappers more love than the actual hip hop people. Like you over there rapping about this is what's going on, you know, police brutality, this and that, versus somebody out there rapping about killing a baby mama and all of this. And in reality, you know, your music is better, but at the same time, little kids grew up and they have that mentality of listening to that kind of, you know, music, because my daughter is 20 years old, and when she grew up, she was listening to some stuff about, when I first heard that song, Push Me to the Edge, All My Friends Are Dead. I'm like, wow, what he mean all his friends is dead? Like he's talking about committing suicide and all them dead, not really thinking. She like, no, he's talking about the presidents and all this. I'm like, well, I'm old, you know, subliminal messages. I'm not really, you know, from the outside looking in, I'm thinking like, why is he talking about suicide? Why is
Yeah,
all his
yeah,
friends dead?
yeah.
What's going on? Not really knowing, you know, the concept behind it. And that's how it is really now. It's like people get stuff kind of like out of content. They like look over the people that's trying to rap about something and be positive about it versus, you know, the people that's not doing so good on certain levels, that is really not putting a message behind everything. And those
Mm.
are the same people that's bringing negative energy to, you know, to a good situation.
Right. You know it's crazy because it's like I think it starts at home. You know, because like um the last interview I had, I mentioned my dad in the same context when you asked me where I got the name from, and I showed him that. Now, ironically, as he's watching this, you know, he's looking at me, and I asked him a question. I said, did you know that you was kind of pushing me into this direction? I mean, you do kind of know that me being a hip hop artist, you had a huge hand in that. I mean, you might have not known that, consciously, by me driving, you driving the car and you throwing on DJ K Slay records, the Beef War records, the Street War records, DJ Clue, DJ Envy, DJ Who Kid, and the G Unit mixtapes. These are stuff that I always listened to while me and him would be driving anywhere and everything like that. And he was like, no, I kind of knew. He said, I knew. That's why when I was doing it, I was showing you everything. I remember a couple months ago this year, I guess there was an anniversary of LL Cool J's 10 album. I remember that because my dad used to play that all the time. We used to play that song. His favorite song was Ill Bomb. My favorite song was the song with him and Candace Love, LL Cool J. Then it was the one that he had. No, I'm sorry, not the 10 album. It was the GOAT album. 10 album was the one that had the I Love You Better and the Paradise and everything like that. These was records that I used to listen to when I would be over my dad's house. And all of these, memories that I have, I'm like, well, this was the groundwork that laid for it. Now, on a deeper subject, my cousin comes over and he raps too. Shout out to Sibo. He raps too. And he remembers early on from when I was like 13, 14, him remembering me being on the boombox playing instrumentals and rapping and having my little cousins trying to rap and everything like that. Now he's a rapper and he's actually good. He's pretty good too. So as he's telling me that when he was young, he looked up to me and seen me, write rhymes and spit and do freestyles. But my dad had a hand in it. So it's like 1, 2, 3. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So my dad was like, you see, it's a domino effect. I got you into this and showed you all the levels that you need to do to become a rap star. And guess what? Your little kids, your little cousins were sitting over there watching. Now look what they want to do.
That's right.
So I was like, I was like, yo, I never thought of that. I was like, yo, that's dope. So I mean, it's cool. I understand. Like, I come from a different era. Like, I grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s. So the things that that got me interested in hip hop is stuff that I still have in my music. I mean, I grew up. I mean, I have an influence. My influence is Eminem, 50 Cent, G Unit, Nas, DMX, Tupac, Little Kim. There's not too many males out here that will say that they would be influenced by a female. And I say it all the time. I tell it all the time. Lil Kim is one of my influences, like in the game. I got like shirts, like all these shirts that I have like I have like about 4 or 5 shirts. And I have like about other shirts that have other people on, but I got 4 or 5 shirts that got Lil Kim on it. I got the her first album, Hardcore. I got a sweater that has like a 3D imprint on it. I got a baseball jersey and another sweater that got the Notorious Kim album cover. I got her at the Grammys when she was wearing that purplish blue outfit at the MTV Awards. I got that shirt. I got another shirt that got the La Bella Mafia, album cover. I just got Lauryn Hill. I got TLC. I got who else I got? Uh on the tip of my tongue. Um, push it. Push it good.
Oh, salt and pepper.
Yeah, I got them. Sorry, my mind drew blank. All I kept was here was like dun, 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 dun,
You
dun.
know what? The sad part is these young generation don't know about that. When I tell my little girl, like, oh, you know about Lil Kim or you know about Foxy Brown, she like, who's that? I'm like, oh my God. Like, they don't really know about, the people that was doing it to like bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? They just see like the people that's relevant now, not really knowing like the people that was there in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a history thing. Like I said, it's a history thing. Like
Yeah.
I cannot know. I'm in hip hop. So everybody knows, like, when you go out to a job, like, when you go in, you go to work for like a company, right? When you go to orientation, the first thing that they do is sit you down in a room and give you like a documentary on how the company started. So when you go out and you it might not be information that you need to do your job on at the company, but it's good information to know the company that you work for, where it came from. So how can I call myself a hip hop and not know anything about DJ Kool Herc?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Cannot understand that the Bronx, New York, is the
Where it's
birthplace of hip hop. I
from.
can't. How can I be a hip hop and can't tell people that it was the black and brown, the blacks and the Puerto Ricans who started hip hop? I
That's
cannot say that and call
yeah,
myself a hip hop.
and
So
that's
what
that's
a
right.
lot of the people, a lot of rappers, I won't say all, but I'll say the majority of the people and the majority of the people who listens to these rappers, it's not about the culture. They don't really care too much about the culture. All they care about is um they care about the here and now, because like hip hop now is like a money making scheme right now.
Mm-hmm.
You hip hop has no requirements, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have like um a record or something like that, it still be good in hip hop. You can be poor as hell. You could, you don't matter about status or religion or nothing like that has anything to do. You could do very well in the music business because it has no requirements. So because of that, it's a money making scheme. People was using hip hop or rap or music business period just as a money flip and not really caring about the culture or the music. They just see, you know what? I see that rapper on Instagram flashing all this cash. Yo, if I spit some stuff, I can have that same exact thing. Not understanding that hip hop was actually a tool for the black and brown to actually communicate to the people about how to educate ourselves and advance oneself. Not
That
understanding that. Now,
that's
I guess
definitely
I guess when hip hop stopped, well, I guess I won't say that. I'll say when hip hop started picking up as a business and not so much as a culture, because hip hop is a culture, but it's also a business as well as the music business. So, like when they say when hip hop died, when the beats started becoming more important than the lyrics, I say hip hop kind of died out when the financial and the marketing and the money making scheme became bigger than the culture.
that's true.
That's
That's
that's how I feel. You know,
that's true.
me personally, I would never wear like jewelry or a chain or some kind of clothing that symbolizes money or some type of currency, because how I feel as a black and brown person, and I'm representing somebody on a currency that owns slaves. 9 times out of 10, the people that's on the currency were presidents that owned African slaves.
Mm-hmm.
How do I feel comfortable about repping that?
Yeah.
I understand we need money, we need currency in this day and age, but people don't understand before currency, people use the barter system. So I'm not going to sit here and wear a chain that has a money sign on it or a dead president, because 9 times out of 10, if you go back 200-300 years, with that same person that I'm repping, would he rep me?
That
I can't
that
say the same.
that's right. That's right. So, has the pandemic affected your career at all, or has it made your career better?
I'll say it actually made mine's better. I wasn't really doing too much shows before all of this happened. It's like every time I tried to do a show in the past, some crazy shit always happens. Like, um, I had back in like 2015, I had a concert that I was in my city. This management group throws concerts called Entertainment. I think it's Earth Entertainment, and I performed for them before, so it wasn't nothing. But at that point in time, when they were supposed to, the people, excuse me, who sold 25 tickets and more, they got to have an audition to perform in front of Def Jam Records. So this was kind of big for me. I bought myself a Kangol. I wear Kangles, by the way. I gotta fit it on, but I just got a white tiger Kangol. I got a Bengal tiger Kangol. I got the red fur one. I got a royal blue one. I got a gold one. So I wear Kangles. I'm bringing that. I'm bringing that back.
All right.
But when that happened, I was selling tickets. I was selling tickets the day before the actual concert was actually supposed to happen. I had an email that they said that they shut it down due to somebody shooting up the club the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, other shit started happening where I was performing at this place and like all four of my tires were flat. Didn't sell enough tickets, or I would go to an event where they said the artist didn't have to pay to perform or go into the club, but anybody who comes with you could perform, and only having money for that one other person, and then 10 minutes later they say, oh, the artist got to pay and everything like that. So like crazy shit just happened every time I would try to perform. So I just was like, all right, fine, whatever, cool. Haven't done it since about like 2015. I done TV um shows, like TV online performances through Stefan Braxton, Pittsburgh comedian. Shout out to him. Hope you get well soon. Going through surgery. Um, but how COVID actually helped mine's, actually get better was I work at Home Depot, and so we're an essential, as an essential store. So we're open during these times, and because we was open during these times, it was throwing money at us like crazy, like literally giving us mad overtime. I mean, it was people who was collecting 64 hours of overtime on top of the 40 hours it was already getting on a full week. So it was crazy. So with the money that they was giving me, that actually helped me finance me actually pursuing, my first EP, 90s Baby. That's how it actually, helped me. Being that they was just throwing money, I'm going to the studio, um, got my music license through BMI, um, got my domain name, buying beats from people, having the extra time to actually do it. So like that's the only thing how it actually affected my career. Nothing really too crazy as far as anything negative, like people around me having it or myself having it, but that's the only that's the only thing.
I basically told people, during the pandemic, that should have been the time that they could promote themselves and get themselves out there and get everything situated. Because when everything do get back open, the first thing these promoters is gonna say, well, how's your social media? How's your following? What did you do during the pandemic? What you got going
Mm,
on? And then at the end of the day, if you don't have anything to show for them or anything to show to them, then they don't even want to really hear what you got to say. They like, oh, you only got 500 followers, but you got 100,000 streams. What's going on? Versus somebody that got 5,000 followers, they gonna book the person with 5,000 followers, other than the person that has 500. And that's the kind of industry that we in. By me growing up in the industry, it was all like, before then, you just have like a song on internet radio and sell CDs out the back of your car and do all this, versus now, you got to have streams, you got to have social media, you got to have
yeah,
everything, in general. So
it's
so
it's crazy, ain't it? I was telling my granddad about this because my granddad, he's another one of my biggest supporters, and I be kicking knowledge to him. That's I love being around older people because they kick knowledge to you, but at the same time that they kicking knowledge, they also receiving knowledge from you as well.
yeah.
So it's like he knows, like now he's seen it, long before with the musics. It's just like my father. So he seen me elevated to where I was getting bigger and better and better and better. So now that I'm on the level that I'm at right now, he's like, well, how you make money, from what you're telling me, nobody's buying CDs anymore. I'm like, nah, dude, CDs is almost obsolete.
Yep.
Like I remember being shocked and being surprised. I want to say like a few years ago, I was doing mixtapes. I was recording my own mixtapes, and what I was doing was I wanted to go to Radio Shack and buy me like a whole stack of blank CDs so I could start burning them. Man, I go over there. They told me we don't sell blank CDs. We sell blank DVDs, but we don't sell blank CDs. CDs become obsolete. I
Mm-hmm.
had to actually go to uh like I want to say a Dollar General to get like the 5 pack blank CDs. CDs become obsolete. So he's like telling me, he's like, well, how do you generate money? And I'm telling him, I'm like, well, it's a lot of streams. I said, usually how artists will generate money in this day and age is, of course, doing shows. If people's paying you to do shows, even the big artists make their bulk of their, pocket change from, doing shows. So I was like, so doing shows is one. I said, stream is one. My manager kicked some knowledge to me about a couple weeks ago about TikTok. Now, when TikTok came out, I looked at it, I was like, this is mad corny. I'm seeing people doing stupid shit. like, yo, this is mad corny. I was like, I'm too gangster for that. No, I'm not getting no. What you mean get a TikTok? Nah, hell no, I want no TikTok. My manager, she comes to me and she gives me like this, disclosure to the TikTok, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing. I'm too gangster for that. So my team came. The rest of my team came and was like, yo, you do know every time you stream off of TikTok, you get paid for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, imagine you coming out with one of your new shit and you play your shit on TikTok or you rapping over it. You see how many all those streams? My manager only had like a TikTok for like about a week, and she had $9 in her account just for the little shit that she was doing. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, little light bulb popped in. I was like, okay, okay, I understand
That's
now.
kind of how
Uh,
mine was. I only have 5 followers on TikTok, and one of my followers was Tyler Perry. And I was like, "Oh shit, Tyler Perry followed me." Well, maybe he just followed me because he felt bad because I only had 4 followers. But at the
uh,
same time, I'm like, "Well, he took the time to follow me, so that's a big accomplishment." So it
right.
was really cool. Okay, well, we're glad that you could be a part of Bread Magazine. Hope to talk to you soon. Tell everybody how they can get up with you on social media and how they can find you. And when this interview is available, make sure you get it. It'll be available on YouTube, Bread TV, and Smile World TV as well.
Of course. You can hit me up on. I got two Facebook fan pages. One's called RapStarr, aka Hurricane Cam. That's RapStarr. A lot of people spell my name wrong. I mean, a lot of them they say RapPStar, RapPStar. It's RAP, no space, just one word. RapStarr. The R and the S is capital, aka Hurricane Cam. Then I have another one that's just RapStarr. So you can hit both of my fan pages up on Facebook. I got that. No problem. You'll see like me post up advertisements for my EP called 90s Baby. Um Also got a Twitter, RapStar412. You hit me up on that one. Also got a YouTube. What I'm doing right now is until my EP drops, I'm doing verse videos to some of my old songs. I got a song, I got a video up on there called Holla. I released that like a couple weeks, no, I'm sorry, a couple years ago. It's a little older, but it still bangs. I got a song called 16 Bars from Cradle to Grave, Marijuana Dreaming, Lyrical Addiction. You'll see all of that, all the videos on there. So I'll probably every other week I'll probably post up a new video of an old song that I did just to generate interest. You can also hit me up on matter of fact later tonight, 7 p.m. I got a Blog Talk Radio. It's me, the main co-host, the main host, STL. Shout out to STL, me, STL, and Nisi Honeydip. Our radio show is called All Talk No Filter. It's under Dollhouse Radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Blog Talk Radio. You can call in, listen through your phone, listen through the internet. You could actually dial in and call in and talk about whatever topics that we have at the time. We talk about any and everything, no bars, nothing. That's why it's called All Talk No Filter. We hold no punches, you know.
Right.
So that's about it.
Well, you heard it first here with Bread Magazine with my special guest, RapStarr. Hope to talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.